All right, so you probably landed here with a few questions. Who is this guy? What do they do? How can this benefit my practice? My name is Sohaib. I started fresh out of college, and over these last almost 10 years, I've built a team of marketing specialists that handle every piece of the marketing that I'm about to show you. So I essentially function as a marketing officer, overseeing different marketing managers, different channels, to make sure that the entire marketing strategy is working in-house. This is essentially the entire team without the payroll. We've been able to take practices from literally invisible and just starting out to dominant in the local region, competitive when it comes to ads because they have tighter campaigns. We fill in the gaps that happen between the ads team and the content team, or the content team and the web team, or the web team and the CRM, whether you're using Open Dental or another type of software. We're able to integrate that so that it leads all the way from the video that you created for your ads into a paying patient that is a part of a nurture campaign. So that's essentially what steers this conversation. I show you what we built, how it works as one system, and why everything that you've done so far is good, but it's leaking. So the typical problem that we see is that most people are paying for marketing, but what they're paying for is really just a stack of things that are meshed together, typically through the owner as the person in the middle. So you have the ads team, the website person, the phone tool that you're paying for, maybe a review management tool. You have communications on one side and the actual tracking of the leads in another system. Your website and your meta ads, the leads are coming from them separately. So the leak isn't in any one piece, it's in the gaps in between these pieces, right? And it's also in you as the owner standing in the middle, trying to practice and also trying to be a manager of different marketing efforts. The easiest way to show you is to walk you through it specific to your business, because everybody has a different tech stack, a different thing that they've tried before. But this is basically what it looks like when it's running. The idea is that you want to track every lead source, where every patient is coming from. You want everything tagged according to the channel. You want UTMs, which is basically the code that is attached to the URL. You want to make sure that those are added to every single thing that's happening. Phone calls, ads, forms on every single location that you have forms, right? The idea is that you don't want to guess where this lead came from, and you don't want to have a report that's missing a specific gap, and you don't really know whether ads or organic is a better place for you to be investing in it at that moment, right? So to be able to track all of these things is going to be pivotal. The next thing really is having a unified inbox, right? For your front desk. Calls, texts, DMs, reviews, one inbox, replies from one number, not a person's cell phone, right? Obviously these can be routed to cell phones, but the idea is that you don't have to worry about your front desk having to use 5 different locations to look for leads, right? So that your Instagram DMs that have 3 new patients in there that are waiting, this is not the thing that happens to your business, because leads are all routing to the individual that is responsible for that, all within the same platform. And we use Go High Level. There's no, secret there. So we arm your team with really organized tools. We're not going to replace them. They're a pivotal part of this. So missed call text backs pay for themselves immediately, right? You don't want to lose anybody that calls in. Obviously, there's a lot of spam calls nowadays, but we've seen so many patients or so many clients book like 60% more patients just because that text back that hits them immediately just gives them another 5 minutes, right, to get to the phone. So the call comes in, it goes unanswered. Seconds later, it gets them a text back. The lead is logged. The callback is created as a task. And on its own, it's a system that sort of catches itself. So for paid ads, there are 2 different jobs here. Google is intent, right? High intent, they're interested, they're searching right now. And then you bid on that keyword and you catch that individual. Meta, on the other hand, nobody's actually looking yet. So you have to put an offer in front of the right person. This is where personas play a big key part of this. The idea is that you know exactly who you're speaking to. You speak to a mother in a different way than you speak to a 25-year-old girl that is looking for a Hollywood smile. The one is harvesting demand, and then the other one is making the demand. You're not fighting over the same scraps that everyone else is. You know exactly what you're going after. Paid ads stops the day that you stop paying, but organic and local doesn't. It actually only continues to compound, right? If you put content out monthly, aka blogs, videos on your website, and reviews coming in, then there is no reason that you shouldn't be compounding and completely eating up your local region. At the end of the day, it comes back to what is your keyword strategy on your website. This is the sort of thing that's going to take you to the top of the map ranking, right? That's the spot that the patients are tapping. They're not scrolling through 10 different, practices. You want to own the top spot. The websites that we build are pretty standard. They have very high quality design. At the same time, we're focusing on the bread and butter, right? We're trying to do more than just a digital brochure. Every page that we have has a specific purpose, either an SEO, organic strategy, or an ad strategy that is a specific landing page for an ad. It should load fast, it should work on a phone. The form is actually wired directly into the lead management system so that tracking is completely set up. So a quick tour of everything that we run under the roof: paid ads, SEO, the profile, content, the site, tracking, the inbox, automations, reviews, and reporting. I have run every one of these things myself before I've actually built the team, right? I only hired once I knew what worked and once I knew that I want to go deeper than the time that I have for this. So every single lane is run by an expert in that field specifically. And I bring it all together, specialists in their lanes, your front desk plugged in, and steering this strategy as partner in your business growth, the way that a marketing director does. So we are not interested in 5 freelancers that aren't talking to each other. If you already have a freelance team or you have a stack of individuals that just are integral to what you're already doing right now, fantastic, that's great. Honestly, the more the merrier. We're happy to connect with these individuals and figure out what we can do as a whole, as added resources to make your business grow. So obviously I can't show you your system in a video. That's basically the call, right? So if you book below, we can figure out where yours is leaking. What are the gaps between the teams that you've built over time or the teams that you've tried, and what we would build to supplement or completely set you up, right? So book a call and we'll figure out how this marketing department can completely plug into your current operations so that you have a team that is thinking about growing your practice. Book the call and we'll talk soon.